starts off with that Birds sort of 60s West Coast kind of vibe, and it builds to an epic guitar wall of sound. I think is the only way I can describe it. Really, was that always going to be the opener? Do you think?
I think it was going to be. Well, we the end bit. We just made that up. That like last 5 minutes. That was just like on the spot. So once we've done it
on the day, I don't think we'd ever done that before, had we?
No, we hadn't. No. Then instantly it's like, oh, that should be the last tune on the album. You know, the big end.
Yeah.
But it was,
the I Am the Resurrection moment.
Yeah. You know, so it's like, well, let's bang it on the front as well instead then, so you don't have to wait just to get the. You know what I mean? So that's why it went first.
It's the absolutely perfect opener, and I think this would be a good for us to let everyone at home have a listen to it. So this is the album opener, Golden Repair, Sunstack Jones. Where are you gonna go?
Where you gonna go when you're out of time? Where you gonna go when you reach the end of the line? Where you gonna go? Looking like you're all cut up inside, looking like you're cut up all the time. Where you gonna go? We can talk around the truth, because the light comes easy to you. We can talk around the truth, so what's real gets lost and confused. And the day rolls over, I can see the sunrise, and the clouds roll back, but I can't see the sky. And the day rolls over, I can't see the sunrise.
It was so tough getting through to this far with everything, and after the delays, we got to Glass Boat in April, which is an absolute blinder of a single, in my opinion. It was fantastically called by a Belgian mate of mine as being real estate covering shack, which I thought was a fantastic analogy for that. Look, because you're on my screen now, what are your memories about that track coming together, man?
Well, I think that was probably one that Chris had written when, you know, there was a lot of hysteria over immigration and illegal immigrants, and I think just it felt like the world was just caving in on itself and going up in flames, and people were just losing the plot. I mean, that's just kind of continued and exacerbated, really. But it was kind of a track that he brought in kind of when we had just been doing loads and loads and loads of gigs, and we all kind of had a really good idea of where we all sat sonically. And I kind of seem to recall we just played it a couple of times and it came together really quickly. That was, in fact, I wrote a bit of that part of my guitar when I had just massively fractured my left ring finger.
Oh,
so I
had
to write that part with 2 fingers, which seems to work out all right.
It did indeed. It worked out great, and it is a dead political song without sort of banging you over the head about it. You know, it's not a blunt instrument for that. It is finesse, but there is a message there. How did you come up with that, Chris? Like,
I don't know how I came up with it. It just popped out pretty quick. Probably as long as it takes for the song to start and end. It's just one of them. It must have just been in the air, so it just fell onto the guitar that day, and it was done. It was easy, that one.
It's absolutely boss. Yeah, so this was first single from the album, released in April. Gorgeous video as well. Who shot the vid?
Yeah, that's cool. Our friend Ian Holmes did it. He's the man, isn't he?
Yeah.
It is indeed. This is Glass Boat. Earlier, just off air there, about rock biopics and the impending Creation Records film with McGee, starring the guy who plays Spud, whose name escapes me. Has anyone got any rock biopic recommendations, or are they essentially a pointless endeavour?
No, they're bro. I love them.
Best one?
Birth of the Beatles. You ever seen that? Lennon's about 63 in it.
Is that the one that's got the Dot Cotton son from EastEnders in it?
Yeah, man, he's George, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's George.
I love that film.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was it shot in the 70s, late 70s, was it?
Yeah. It's dead good. Lennon, who plays John Lennon in that? He's dead old, man.
He's
dead old.
Far too old to be playing John Lennon in 1961.
And the horrible impression of him he does all the way through, it's just grim. We
I
love you, bro.
Most of the cast of that could have been ancillary characters in Porridge in the 70s.
Yeah. Horrible lives.
Horrible lives. Yeah.
I think it was Lennon.
If someone could Google that for us, that'd be fantastic. But Birth of the Beatles, yeah, that was done without a budget completely. That film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look, have you got any favourite rock biopics at all, mate? Biopics? I don't know if I can ever say that right.
I'm still thinking.
Okay, we'll come back to you, man. Paul?
Well, biographies.
Rock biopics, movies.
Ooh, I'll have to have a think about that one as well. I'm sorry.
Okay. Jules? I don't think I'm going to be Birth of the Beatles.
I used to like Backbeat, but I'll probably say I quite enjoyed that I'm Not There, the Todd Haynes one about Dylan, because it's not really a biopic, it's a bit weird and fucked up. And it's three different people playing them, and it's sort of about them, but not sort of about them, and it's a bit weird, it's a bit psychedelic and weird, So, yeah, I like that.
Isn't Galadriel off Lord of the Rings in at one point?
Could be. Kate Blanchett?
Kate Blanchett's and then Richard Gere, is it?
Richard Gere?
Someone like that.
Second single from the album was How It All Went Down, which I believe was written with Chrissy and Absentia. And was that built around the guitar riff from yourself there, Locke?
I think it kind of was. My recollection was it was just instantly there. Like we just started playing it, and everything almost in the first practice just came out. So the whole verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, or whatever. It was definitely like one of those weird things that just appeared, and everyone seemed to be on it at the same time. It wasn't like, right, it goes to this or it goes to this. We just went to that and everyone just followed it. And then I think we sent it Chris and he had some vocals done on it the day after. That was it. The end.
It's a perfectly formed track. You can tell it sounds sort of like effortless, doesn't it? You know. Paul, have you got any recollections of when you first heard that at all, man?
I think it was in Park Street, Studio 2. I think that's the first time I heard it live. And they had that like Stonesy vocal thing on it, but they never used that in the end. But it's a good tune, yeah.
It was really good, that bit, but
It
made it. It felt like it was. You know, I hate it when you hear something and you think, oh, they've done that purposely to get like radio play or to make it easier to listen to. So as soon as everyone picked up on that little hook, I went, that's a great hook. We took it out.
Like every Coldplay song ever has that little hook in it, doesn't it?
It certainly wasn't a hook.
No, that one wasn't, but that kind of like radio hook that they use in every song to get it on the radio. Yeah.
It's an absolutely gorgeous track and a worthy single, and again, another gorgeous video. So this is how it all went down.
Danny did like a live broadcast, Danny McGeever, of playing all the songs all the way through, and it just reminded me how fucking good all them songs are. And Chrissy was playing Hey Now in practice the other week as well, and yet at the minute that's my favourite from the 90s, but it changes all the time.
Superb. Paul?
Fucking hell.
With my Radiohead.
What one?
Okay, computer.
Yeah.
It's a fine album. It's a fine album. Paul?
Yeah, that's what it's something by Radiohead, probably.
Fair dues. Excellent. Chrissy?
That's dead hard. don't know. I've got loads of favourites from then. A Northern Soul.
It's a great shout. It's a shame he's not knocking on the door at this moment to enter the room as well.
Hi guys.
I know, as if on cue, but yeah, I haven't seen anything there from him. Oh,
Give him a text, I'll see where he is.
yeah.
I will. Yeah.
Sally went to the Ride and Verve gig. I think, was it Blackpool, Sal?
Brighton.
Oh, was it? Who did? Verve and Ride at Liverpool Royal Court.
Wow.
I missed the Royal Court. I think there's something potentially to have a chat about there as well. There was back in the 90s as well. There was a wonderful, if brief, period when we weren't quite in the O2 Academy, Carlin Academy stage, and these amazing old theatres were able to take the seats out and open themselves up for gigs, and they were some of the best gig experiences I've ever seen, like sonically and in terms of the venue and everything. Has anyone got any memories about Royal Court, the Apollo, Blackpool Amphitheatre?
I think I saw everybody.
We went to see the Verve in the ballroom, didn't we, Chris? And when they reunited.
Yeah.
That was
So they went straight there as well. Saw everybody.
I went to see my first ever gig was at Liverpool Royal Court, and it was Rage Against the Machine in 1993.
Get in! Oh, my, that's a wild induction to your world gig going. Baptism of fire.
You what?
A baptism of fire, Rage.
Yeah,
Against
well,
the
I
Machine.
mean, I was right into it.
You were raging.
Right in, I was.
Still raging to this day, aren't you all?
Yeah. I was listening to Rage Against the Machine yesterday.
By accident.
What a heathen.
Every time is like a blackout. I could never read the sign. If I could steal that look in your eye, I'd be at my head most of the time. Things won't always go your way, shame. Something's gonna flip your lid. Maybe I dream too big than I always did. You should too. Don't tell me you try to slow down. Hangovers permanent now. All left for you. Take the time to look around.
Chrissy.
Turtles in Time. Without a doubt.
Konami. Is that the 4-player one?
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Got to go Donatello for the long smack.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Was that based on the same sort of technology as the Simpsons one?
I think so. Yeah.
4-player. It was like basically
Yeah.
the same kind of game, wasn't it? Sideways scrolling. very
Okay.
difficult to play. I tried it. There's a 90s arcade place opened around the corner from Arts Club, wasn't there, in Liverpool?
Oh yeah.
I had to leave it. Gave me a migraine when I went in there.
It was full on. Jules, best arcade game of all time?
It's a tough one, that. I used to enjoy playing California games where you have to do like the keep up.
Yes.
And all that.
Classic that.
Hacky sack.
Exactly. Amazing.
It's amazing. California Games is the perfect, most quintessential computer game of all time. I think we could have a winner there.
How good were the sound bites on that as well, where it like go ding diddy ding gnarly.
Awesome. Yeah, it's so good.
That goes.
Paul, have you got any arcade classics at all?
There was a table game in the Little Crocodile in Liverpool in the 80s that I was addicted to. I think it was like a version of Gallagher or Galaxians, but it was just
Galaxians.
the colours
yeah.
were incredible. The colours when the docking of the ship and all that was just great. I love
Base docking.
Yeah.
Will it?
Tried to steer towards capturing as much as we can live, and they're just on the same page as us in that sense. Like I think like a lot of their favourite records, as are mine, are records that were made, you know, quickly by amazing bands. Like you're as good as your weakest link, aren't you, when you're a band? So like the more you play together and become a unit, so to speak, playing live, that is the sound of the band, you know, and that's the truest way to be true to yourselves, like, and they get that, and you know, in fact they were more so than me at first. There's like, oh, get a bit, I'm used to recording bands quickly, like local bands, get them in quick, cover everything microphone wise and everything, a little bit of separation, put the amps there, and the last time we did it, it's just like, let's put the amps in the room and like we'll just use the right type of mics, and you know, a bit of bleed's good, and yeah, it's just, it sounds like instantly it's got the warmth of a live band, and that's kind of, the job's done, isn't it? You hear it straight away. That's the great thing about recording like that, is it's an instant gratification, and you instantly know whether the tune's too fast, too slow, blah, blah. You get a really good impression of it. So we knew straight away that it was working because we come in and it sound ace. So yeah, it was definitely a group thought sort of thing.
It sounds gorgeous, man. It's so
It
good.
does.
It's so
Beautiful.
good. Yeah. And it's,
I can't
yeah,
take too
it's-
much credit, you know. I always say it's the musicians. Like I'm just there to facilitate the music. I know, I'm just like a vehicle to like mic it up and do a good job and a good representation, so that it's good enough to take away. Oops, sorry.
Oh yeah.
You're right, man.
I'll phone him back. Oh, I'm seeing new faces. How you doing? How you doing, lads? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah. It's all about playing live, and the kind of budget dictates it these days as well. Like, you know, it's like you got to work fast. You know, it's not. There's no record companies to pump loads of money into bands anymore. So you've got to mean it, and you've got to believe it, and you've got to, you know, there's no messing around anymore. You're a musician. You don't really get a choice about being a musician. It's something in you, and you just do it. You're not really propelled by making money anymore.
No.
I should think, you know, it's not about that. It's just that I don't have a choice. I'm a creative person. I've got to create. I like working with bands. So, likewise with the boys, like, you know, it's they love what they do, and hence they, you know, a lot of bands are packed in. I run a rehearsal studio. We've got 9 rooms up there, and it's really sad to see bands just like calling it a day. Because pre-COVID, as it'll probably be known, it was hard enough anyway as it is. So, like, you know, for some bands who are like, well, I can't go out and sell a t-shirt now. I can't, you know, what's the point?
No.
You know what I mean? It's so fucking hard. So to still be standing and talking about, you know, recording new material, it just shows you that.
I can't sell t-shirts, Si. Fucking me.
Nice.